Tabela, Tokoza Kesi. We are early, aren't we? Anyway, all right. Before we start, I hope everyone will be talking to like-minded people like us. 18 plus. Well, doesn't mean that people start touching themselves from 18, but we'll start from 18. Okay. I need to be reading messages from here. All right. We start from here. Anyway, so we will be talking about spirituality and masturbation, right? And I'll read your comments, which are beautiful, beautiful comments you've sent there. Okay. A lot of us, spiritual people, we want to know if we are doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing, especially when it comes to things to do with our things we do privately in our private space. We want to know if when we're doing it, we are disturbing our antennas. So we won't be able to hear our ancestors properly. Or we are using our antennas to attract the wrong kind of entities. Anyway, let's talk about, let's read your comment first, and then we'll talk about those who are doing it, those who are not doing it, those who are thinking it, but they are scared to touch themselves because they're worried about ancestors. And then we're going to talk about, yes. So the first message was from here I can just see user. Okay, we tend to hear different opinions on what we should or validate for ourselves when talking about this topic. With all due respect, it all depends on the type of levels you reach within yourself regarding spirituality. Also understanding that you use your own energy to partake in such acts, hence knowing your self-worth is at the forefront of any practice. You indulge. Sexual energies is one of the most potent form of manifestation we get, and when it comes to pureness, we always be directed to protect that energy, and releasing it without any meaningful thought hinders your growth if you work with pure conscious states of growth. Interesting the way he puts it. Oh, she put it. Can't tell. Anyway, so let's see what others are saying. Love this. Lots of fear mongering around sexual pleasure. Menstruation too. Sacral energy is source energy. Okay, we hear you, luminary. Our guest said, good one. And so true. Now, with that being said, it creates another question like, is masturbation the same as having sex with someone? Today, we're going to be talking about masturbation as in doing it yourself, DIY. And we'll talk about if it can affect others around you, or if it is good for you or not. Well, like the first person said, it depends on an individual, right? We'll talk about it purely. Remember that these are the kind of things. Spirituality is not one size fits all. Remember that. All right. As masturbation is kind of the releasing of that important energy in a reckless way. Woo! Heaven! And sex with someone is that plus creating a spiritual link or bond with that person also. A great topic, Cook. Dive into it, please. I will. Happy to do so. Who's that? Esrom said, Dumenagog, I love to hear more of it. Because this thing of masturbating is so frustrating because at the end you become addicted to it. My question is, addiction. We're going to try and go on that one as well, the addiction bit. My question is, how can it be stopped? And what are the results of it? Is it bad or good? Wow, that's a big question. Is it bad or good? And the addiction, I mean, anything to do with addiction. If if we talk about addiction, we're talking about something different. I mean, that means you're like doing it all the time. I mean, it stops you from doing other things. Anyway, so we go to Suncode. Suncode said masturbation is an addiction. It's a fact, she said. Put it as a fact. It's an addiction. It is an energy link connection to lower energy entities. Careful. Fact. This is an addiction. Is a lower energy kind of thing. It leads to some bad things. I guess lower energy entities can only think about it as in bad, bad, bad. Stop doing that. Stop touching yourself. The Gogos and the Mkulus, stop touching yourself. That's what he's saying. Okay. We'll talk about it and what is masturbation, because a lot of people might not know what masturbation is. Especially even me, I had to try to find out what does it mean to masturbate. Because some things people do and we don't actually know why people do certain things, but we find names for them. Okay. Pearl said, medically is highly recommended. I like that. If I can be given something to say that it is allowed, so you can take it to your ancestors, spirits and guides, and tell your ancestors, spirits and guides that medically it is recommended. But spiritually, there is a notion of masturbating, opening us to sexual bound spirits. Imagine touching yourself, then you hear some other spirits that you don't know. When you're about to, you come with different spirits. This one I cannot do it in the serious way. I have to do it with the truth of God, because I cannot be serious like in the serious way, like I'm inciting doom, but talking about masturbation. There's no way. Yeah, we're gonna picture it, we're gonna imagine it, we're gonna think about it, we're gonna think about what comes after. What happens when people masturbate? Do they come or do they not come with the happiness or unhappiness? Okay. F. Tosh said, I said 18 plus. We're going to talk about this spiritually. F. Tosh says masturbation saves lives. Woo! I love this. I love to save lives as well as a healer. But masturbation, remember, it's like a self-initiation kind of thing. Do it yourself. Remember that you can do masturbation physically and you can do it spiritually. We'll talk about it. Anyway, it saves lives, F. Tosh said. It denotes self-sufficient, what? Sigma power. That's a big word, Sigma power. Which denies extreme codependency upon sex mates. Wow. Do it yourself. I ain't waiting for you to come and help me come. I do it myself, so I can reach the destination that I want to reach with the help of my hand. Oh, hands free. That is F. Tosh, it's not me. That's what he said there. When done in moderation and necessity. Remember, guys, you need to tell me whether you're doing these things or you're not, and how you're feeling about it. I mean, does it affect you the way you talk to your ancestors? Because these are the things that it is a personal thing, isn't it? When you're doing it, are you reaching your ancestors afterwards? After you washed your face, and if you were using your hands, washed your hands. Can you still communicate with the guides? I said we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk honestly, right? What is it? It continues. When done in moderation and necessity, I believe it unlocks the pandemonium. Hey, but F. Tosh was just putting big words. We're talking about masturbation here. We're talking about people helping themselves so that they can reach orgasms. Do they actually do it? Some people, they actually don't even end. They don't reach the ending. It's like they are doing it. They're like pretending to do it when they're about to reach that state. They stop. Like they are like a hunters looking for like a looking for that animal, aiming at it. When they're about to they're about to shoot that animal, they stop themselves because they think we got the thrill. We are not gonna end it. I'm talking about hunters. Because this word is big. Pandemonium, it kind of make me think big like that, like hunters. What? The shame of it. Okay, it unlocks pandemonium of shame and guilt, that Pandora's energy. Hey, we're opening Pandora's boxes. Pandora's energy invites us to blast away. You! But that's what happens with a lot of people who are doing this kind of things. They blast. They blast away. Because that's what he's saying. Hey! It hurts no one. It has no one. So it is allowed. Just my theory. It has no one. You can't be hating anyone while by pleasing yourself. That's what he said. You can't be hating anyone. Just my theory. That's what he said. It's not me. I'll come with my own theory. That's what he said there. Vuyo, suggestion. Vuyo is thinking about it. Would you have to wait a certain number of days after masturbating to then partner? Let's say you masturbate. Let's say you masturbate now. Do you have to wait for Thursday to go past and Friday to go past and then you partner? That's the question. Hey, ancestors will have to wait for you guys. You guys are going to be delaying your ancestors. Imagine someone coming there to a healer. They're sick. They want help. You just masturbated. And you have to wait for days before you deal with that person. And that person is dying. And you were being, okay, there's no selfishness here. But you've just done that. You waited for days. You're waiting for days. You're giving yourself 3 days so you can partner or talk to your ancestors. But you've got someone there saying, Nkulu, Gogo, they can't even breathe. They're there in a trance mode. They want to be, their ancestors want to come out, and you finish doing that. Vuyo, is that your question? Hey, that one was difficult. That was difficult. But that is a question, we'll answer it. I was just thinking about it, like if you've just done, you've just touched yourself. The Mkulus and the Gogos who love doing this masturbation stuff. You've just done your things and someone is waiting for you. Someone is there. They are really, really there in distress. And you've got days that you still have to pack. Hey, we'll think about this. This will answer it. And is there any type of masturbation that will not be allowed? For example, using toys, washing porn. Hey, man, now we're talking about gadgets. People are using gadgets. People are using gadgets out there. Yeah? And Vuyo is asking me, like me, a healer, asking me, coming to my Indumba, asking me if Vuyo is asking if they should be using toys or watch porn. Imagine I have to give someone coming and say, Gogo, I've got a problem. Can you help me, Gogo? Should I be using toys or should I be using porn to masturbate? Because I want to be able to reach the destination faster using machines that are created for that specific purpose, or watching other people doing things that I should be doing with someone else. But is that porn? Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll answer for you. Let's see what others are saying. Oh, that was just that. But the most important question came with someone crying. I've cropped the name there. and I can't go into the other video. Hi, Gogo. May you one day talk about masturbation and spirituality. Is it allowed, especially when your ancestors keeps you away from dating? Imagine ancestors, they keep you away from dating and they can't even let you do the masturbation thing. That's what he said. And being intimate with another person, addictions and loneliness, because wow, it's hard out there. That is the masturbation. Let me tell you what my people said. Then I'll start talking. My ancestors, they said there's nothing wrong with self-help. Go and express yourself. Manda, they said, human beings will always find different ways to reach their destination. Whether they like their destination or not is up to an individual. That was that. They didn't give me anything. They said I should go out there and express myself. Let's see what you guys are saying properly there. Let's talk to each other. This one is not opening, so I can't see the messages. All right, let's see what you guys are saying there. Okay, Malindi. Why is it not opening properly? Okay, let me just go there. Togoza Gogo, Togoza Snotema. Snetema. I missed your live video. Okay, great to see you here. Leti Tobela Kuku, what interesting topic. I cannot wait to hear more. What are you saying about it, Leti? What are you doing about it? Malindi said Togoza Malindi. Okay, so when it comes to this, the self-help, those people who are doing it. Now, remember, it can be done physically and it can be done spiritually. And sometimes now we're gonna go to the spiritual bit of things, and then we're gonna go to the physical bit of things. So sometimes these things, yes, there are some energies that will give you that, like when I'm saying hands-free, it means that there are some spirits to get your attention. You'll be getting all those kind of things where it is like someone is actually masturbating you. They're that kind of the goddess energy of that one. It's a sexual thing. It comes, a lot of men experience this a lot in the spiritual part. I'm not talking about Kundalini. I'm talking about that is the feminine. It is a goddess, that one. It's different. It's a different thing. We'll do the topic on its own. But that one, no one wants it because it is unnecessary and it comes at irregular intervals, and no one actually wants to deal with that because it's like someone doing things that you don't want it being done to you. You have no say in it until you hear what that goddess wants. It's like trying to get your attention using the sexual energy. Yes, you can't be around, you can't be with men, you can't have a female relationship because it's like it stops you from doing that. So that's what that one is talking about, like keeps you away from dating or being intimate. Yes, you wouldn't be intimate with anyone with that energy, with that what they call it, my people called hair. There's an Indian name for it. Gosh, I wish I brought my notebook. I'll talk about hair separate. That one, no one wants it. Men don't want it. They don't want it. It's just, it is not necessary, that one. It's like it's bad, that one. No one wants it. That sexual energy, no one wants it. No one wants it. Guys, no one wants things to be done when you don't want them to be done. Right? That is that energy. It's sexual energy. They call it, what was that goddess of sexual energy? What's she called? There's a name, I forgot. I don't want to say the wrong name because this is live. Anyway, that's one to look out for. You wouldn't have any relationship with that one until you deal with what she wants from you. Until you hear her out. That's why you will get the sexual energies unnecessary. That is spiritual. We're talking about spiritual, right? Then there is the spiritual one that it is necessary, is needed. That one is needed. That one, Once that one, it gives you all the powers. That one, someone even said it there with the comment. It gives you the powers. With that energy, you get you see, even some of us when we come live here, after that energy has gone through, that sexual kind of masturbation energy has gone through, you'll see when we come here, I'll be here hanging, and you'll be like, how come? Hey, it was hands free. You'll be hanging like live on the live session. That one is needed. People need it. If you get it, you're lucky. If you that goes through, because it's like you go through that energy to go higher up there, spiritual. So that you can hear people talking. When you're, let's say, people talking 10 kilometers away, you hear them loudly in your ears. That energy is needed because it opens you, it heightens you up. I mean, Kundalini, what we're talking about. It can come as like your hands-free masturbation. Now, let's talk about the physical one. The physical one. Remember the physical one, that means you intentionally do something because you want to get something out of it. A lot of people, they do it because yes, if you're single, you'll do it. Remember, you're single, you don't have anyone to do it. Even ancestors, they were saying that this is not something new. It is not because of porn. It is not because of the new machines, toys, that people are doing these things. These things have been happening. It is not new. It's not something that as we are doing it, we think we are doing something new and special by touching yourself. Yeah? Refusing to let others do the same thing that will make you reach the same destination you want to reach. Now, what was I talking about? Masturbation. Okay. Now, physically, when you're doing these things, you have to think about it logically, like a human being. Now, we have to come out of spirituality for a minute so that we can deal with the real stuff. Why are you doing this? Are you doing it because you're stressed and you know by doing it you feel better afterwards? Or you're doing it because you were watching something on TV, you saw people eating bananas, and then you get excited. You realize that you as well can do something that will make you feel better after that. Because boredom. Or you're doing it because you know that sometimes you need to relax so that you can see your divination boards nicely. Your eyes opens up because too much things going on, and you don't have anyone touching you and inserting themselves, or you inserting yourself. So, what did I say? Like you don't have anyone that will be helping you do things that two people do who are in love with each other, so that they can see the divination proper. So you just kind of like I just want to relax. You do it, and then you relax afterwards, or you do it, or you get frustrated afterwards, because some of this touching, you can touch yourself the wrong way and you get frustrated. You even get, you even wonder why you even did that. We'll talk about the reality of things, the doing it yourself kind of things. Now, is it wrong or is it good? My ancestors, they said this thing is not new. People have been doing it. In ancient times, they were doing it, but they were not calling it by this name that we're calling it, that some of us are frustrated to even. We're saying, how dare you touch yourself and you want to talk to your ancestor spirits and the people who have gone before us, or the spirits, the water spirits, or the sea water spirits, or whoever spirit that is coming your way. How dare you? Now, the question is, we'll talk about addiction afterwards. The question is what you're doing affecting your work? Now, because as personally, if it is not affecting you personally, is it affecting your work? As Mkulu, as Gogo, are you doing this? And then when you're working with someone, you cannot actually even align properly with your ancestor spiritual guides. Or when you're doing it, or you're not doing it, or it affects you in a way that when you see other people coming to your place of work, you start thinking about things that are not there. You're looking at people and you start, that's when we talk about when it gets worse. People are coming, they want help, and you're there with them. Instead of doing the divination bones, you just looked at someone's ear like this. You see the earring as Mkulu there. You start picturing things and you want to run out of that indumba as fast as you can so that you can help yourself. Now that is when it becomes worse. Now that's when we say it's wrong. Even me, I can say it. It is very, very wrong. Because that is affecting your work. That is very, very wrong. It's affecting your work and it's affecting your ancestors. Your ancestors cannot work properly. That one, no one needs to tell you any other way. It is wrong, 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 wrong. Even the gogos, you're there in Dumbas. You think you're seeing someone is talking, is saying, hey, hey. You're trancing them, hey, hey. The Mkulu there is, hey, hey. You're thinking about touching yourself. That is wrong. Wrong, wrong, not professional as well. And that one I cannot deal with. That one, it is wrong. As people, we should not be even thinking like that. Professionalism at all times. What you do in your personal space is what you do in your personal space, but don't let what you do in your personal space affect your work. Now, that is when I come in. And that one I'll come in. Even me, I'll insert myself in your lives. That's when I'll even tell you that it is an energy leak connected to lower energy entities. That one, that one is bad. It's bad. Now, let's talk about it properly. If you're stressed and you don't have a partner or you don't have anyone to do it with you, I mean, if we were talking about it like it is wrong, that means even sex with someone that you love is wrong. Because if you love yourself, you should be able to touch yourself. And if you love yourself and you know that touching yourself at all times can affect you later on, you don't do it where it becomes addictive. So it stops you from letting others touch you. Because you can only touch yourself the way that you know it is only best for you. So you're making it difficult for the next person to come and be in union with you. Then you're in the wrong place. Then that's when we say masturbation is bad. It's bad because it's affecting you. Let's think about it. Let's now go back to self-initiation and using a gobel, right? Self-initiation and using a gobel. When you're self-initiating, that means it's like doing it yourself, right? With the help of your ancestors, spirits, and guides. So some people, they'll go to have a gobela because they need help with someone to do that. That means their spiritual path will be faster or they'll be easier with the help of someone. Now, let's go to masturbation. If someone can train themselves and someone can go to a gobela and be trained, it means even masturbation. Remember that it is something to do with you personally. If by doing your masturbation by yourself, it helps you, and when you get a partner as well, you let them in, because you cannot be alone at all times, unless if you decide to live that life where you just want to be alone. You don't want any other person around you. We're talking about masturbation. You need, if what you do makes you happy, you need, if you have someone, to help that person as well, to let them know what makes you happy, so that you guys can make each other happy. But if you get used to touching yourself by yourself, doing it alone, it will be difficult introducing someone into the fold. You'll find it difficult to be intimate with any other person. That's what that person was talking about. Now, when it comes to loneliness with this one, remember that no one can tell you what you're supposed to be doing, especially when it comes to this, right? When it comes to whether you're touching yourself, whether you're not touching yourself. We do things that we know they make us happy. Or some people, they will touch themselves because they want to be unhappy, right? Some people, they do it to just out of like curiosity, what actually happens. Remember that when I'm saying touching yourself, because it's masturbation. So some people, they do touch, some people, they do not touch, meaning that they just think, or they picture, or they just hear someone talking, and hands-free, they start going on it. Meaning that they think, and they get happy, aroused and happy. But with everything like that, remember that some people, they do the wrong things. They go out there and be bad about it, be out there and be aroused by things that they're not supposed to be arousing them, which is not bad. But today we're talking about the people who are partying and they want to talk to their ancestors, but they think about it like, if I touch myself, will it be okay? If I don't touch myself, or if I touch myself, should I talk to my ancestors? Or should I wait and talk to my ancestors? Or what happens if I touch myself and talk to my ancestors? I can only give you what I know. With my ancestors as well, the way they're explaining it is that there's nothing wrong, and I'm supposed to express myself. I don't see anything wrong with touching yourself. And whether you touch yourself or you don't touch yourself is not going to affect your ancestors. You can touch yourself within 5 minutes, your ancestors will be there talking to you. After you've come, ancestor spirits and guys, they will be calling you. They want to talk to you about something, nothing to do with you. You're coming or you're not coming, or you're happy or not, you're not happy. If the ancestors want to talk to you, they will come. They'll come. I'm not talking about. After you've come, ancestors will come and talk to you. It doesn't affect ancestors. Unless if you do something else that other people don't understand. But it can affect relationships. This touching business can affect relationships because some people they get used to their own gadgets or their own hands. And then you're there thinking you found a partner, the love of your life. You want to cuddle. Come on, touch me. Someone is telling you, I do not like, don't touch me there. Oh, come on, I thought we were supposed to, don't touch me there. How come? Why not? I'd rather touch myself. Then that becomes a problem because you're going to be making someone feel bad about it. You're going to make someone feel bad, like they are not good, and no one wants that. You want to feel that you are loved, isn't it? I'm talking about those who are masturbating and they're making it difficult for their partners to do exactly the same thing. They can't tell their partner that I want to be touched like that because when I'm doing it on my own, I do it like that. Anyway, let's talk to each other. Okay, Malidi said, does masturbation cause any blockages in one's life? Why will it cause blockages in your life? Why will masturbating, unless if you're talking about different kind of masturbating, what are you masturbating? How are you doing it? And how is it gonna stop your things? Let's see. Some people, they said what? It connects to lower energies. How can it stop your guys? Masturbation is like you satisfying yourself, right? That is masturbating. satisfying yourself. But the problem with this one that I find that it can be a problem, right? Because some things that people watch, especially some porns and stuff like that, remember that when we are working with ancestor spirits and guides, right? Anything that you do not think that your ancestors are not, is not, they're not going to bring it out. They're not watching you, but they're watching you. They're not watching you, but they're actually watching you. The reason why I'm saying that is because some things that you do on your personal space, sometimes they're being shown to you in the dream state. And these dreams, it is your ancestors, spirits and guides, and the source bringing these things to your awareness. So that means whatever you do privately, but I don't think ancestors are just there like waiting around to see if you're going to do that. But what I'm trying to say is that remember, we are the ancestors, spirits and guides, and the source. All these people are guiding us, right? They're guiding us. They're showing us the things that we do that are wrong, the things that we do that are good, the things that we do that we're supposed to look properly at, right? Now, if they have to look at the things that we do, remember that even your thinking, your thoughts, sometimes you're thinking about something, they show you in the dream state that you were thinking like this. They're actually even running a film for you with your thinking, only your thinking about certain things. It will be in a film. Even think about that masturbation thing. They can even run it for you without actually picturing it. You start thinking about, ooh, I could just imagine. That same night, parallel to your thoughts, they put a screen, you think like that. Right? So what I'm trying to say here is that with everything that we do, we just have to be mindful, we just have to be careful, we just have to be thinking about others, and we have to think about the people that we are working with. Now, when you're doing these things, masturbating and stuff like that, you're not going to be wearing your ancestral cloth like this. I'm wearing this blue ancestral cloth because like I wanted to protect myself in case I say things that I'm not supposed to say. You're not going to be wearing something that you hold dear and you know that your ancestors have asked you to buy it because it is specific for a particular thing. You're going to wear this and start wanking yourself. Oh. Or start touching yourself. There are divination bones there in front of you, even though they are covered. You start touching yourself. That one is not right, according to me. I mean, I'll advise anyone not to do things like that, to be respectful. I mean, we are talking about the great people we are carrying with us. We need to be respectful. Whether you want to reach your destination faster or not, by yourself, driving yourself, using different kind of machines that will fly you faster to your destination. I'm talking about toys. We should be thinking about the people we are carrying, right? And some of these toys, they're too loud. They might even disturb the people lying down in ancestral prayer. Is that true? Is that one true? Can you disturb them? I mean, even the things you're watching. I'm talking about porns. Remember that you're watching. You're watching, and when you're watching that, and especially when you're about to reach the destination, you can get confused and start calling. Can you call entities that the lower entities by mistake when you're about to reach your destination? The car is moving at the right speed, and instead of like stopping right then there at the destination, you start calling the entities that will the wrong ones. You start calling the names that you thinking that because you're so excited you've reached the destination, you just have to utter names that you've never heard of before. Then you're calling spirits that are not supposed to be called. I'm talking about the Mkulus and the Gogos. That, I think that is what they're saying, that the lower entities, because some people, instead of just getting to the destination and saying, thank you, I've reached it, I was getting lost, and somehow I got there, and I'm glad I got it. There were no bumps, even though the car was vibrating in a way that is uncontrollable. At least I managed to hold the steering wheel, direct it, so I can land in that particular spot. You start going out of the way and do things that other people here are saying that they're bad. Now, as for the medical recommendation there, that's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. I mean, seriously, think about it properly, right? Think about it properly. We don't even need to go medical about this. You don't need to go medical about this. If you're frustrated about whatever it is that you're frustrated about, and you know that by giving yourself 5 seconds or 5 minutes or 5 hours of concentration on the mission, knowing very well that at the end of that destination, everything will be clear. You think properly. You see things properly. If you're frustrated with whatever that you're frustrated with, and you know by just paying attention to your private parts, is that the right way to say it? That's masturbation, isn't it? Because when you're masturbating, you pay attention to those bits, isn't it? But by paying attention to that, physical or spiritual, you know that the moment you come, everything will be good. You'll take it. You'll take your 5 seconds. You'll take your 5 minutes. You'll take your 5 hours. But as long as it doesn't interfere with your work as a healer or traditional healer, or even if you're not a traditional healer, it doesn't interfere with your regular thing. You're there for 5 hours trying to come, and you can hear people are calling you. You're supposed to be at work. You're in the house. Or you're in your office. Oh no. I should not say things like that, because we are traditional healers. I am making assumption that we are healers and healers to be. So you cannot be in your office doing this kind of nonsense. You are in your private space, helping yourself. 5 hours, guys. And a lot of things will stop, right? So you need to be careful about that. You need to think about others. You need to think about whether what you're doing is affecting your other things that are important, even though what you're doing is important also, because it's going to make you happy. But it's not meant to interfere with the things that you're supposed to be concentrating on that will be best for you and others. Because if you're a mother, you've got children, they need to eat. You can't be 5 hours there trying to come to that, trying to if you are a man, you've got a girlfriend, and your girlfriend wants you as well to help them reach the destination. You are taking your time on your own because you're thinking that girlfriend is not going to help you reach the destination, but you're forgetting that even her, she's going to want you, actually not you doing things with her to reach the destination, because she prefers that the destination is reached by 2 people at the same time. So about masturbation. So that is when it can get wrong. But whether you partner or not, you partner, partnering your partner, whether you like it or not, you partner even after masturbation. You partner if you need to. You partner. Why won't you partner? Even after sex, you partner. Ancestors, spirits, and guides will come after sex, after you've actually come. You were even there seeing that the thing, this is the thing you can actually tell that I've actually come to that conclusion that what I was doing was, it got me this. You can see it that this is what came after. You go and partner. I'm talking about if you're masturbating, isn't that when you're masturbating, the end result should be the cum? So if it's not the cum, because if it's just you're doing it, because some people they hold it because it helps as well. You get the thrill, isn't it? You get the thrill, you stop, and then you get the thrill again, you stop. You get the thrill again, you stop. You get the powers, you stop. I can't get here. You stop. I can't get here. You stop. But remember, remember that everyone is different. Remember that you're doing it whether you want to be happy. You're doing it because the thrill, you just like the thrill of that feeling, isn't it? Or you're doing it because you know these are physical things I'm talking about. Spiritually, those things are normal. They will happen. Whether you think you're angelic or not, spiritually, you spiritually masturbate. The most beautiful thing human being can feel. The spiritual one. And I think if you go to the spiritual bit of it, I don't think you'll ever want to see the machines that people buy. Or you want to even look at others and doing the same thing that you want to do with your hands. Remember, some people, they don't use hands. Anyway, I think that's the conversation was, we finished in Kosi Corner. The point is, you have to do things that makes you happy. When it comes to addiction, please do not be addicted to things that are going to be difficult for you and others. Any addiction is not good, because addiction means that it's going to be difficult to come out of it. If you're addicted to doing this kind of thing, that means it's going to be difficult even to be intimate with others. And spiritual people, remember that a lot of us, we spend most of the time not even wanting to do anything. Even touching yourself, you wouldn't even want to do it. You're just alone. Sex is the last thing that you think about. But for those of us who, when they are going through this particular journey, it's like they can't be around others, like a male or female. You cannot be around sexually, I'm talking about. So you do what is best for you. Even Mandawi Spirit says that human beings will always be human beings, as long as addiction is not there. Because with addiction, we find it difficult to come out of it. Right? And as for my ancestors, me, as you see me like this, I'm a human being, like Mandawi said. That means I partner and I talk to my ancestors. But one thing is that with professionalism, you cannot do certain things and be dealing with people. You know someone is coming in 10 minutes. You want to start touching yourself as a male or female. Let me do this fast. And then someone comes, some things come on now. Reality come on. It's not like it's a wrong thing as long as you wash yourself, isn't it? But it's just that professionally, I mean, seriously, we need to just give yourself time to think spiritual. But what happens if it is the spiritual one? like I said, I have no advice for someone. The only thing that I can say to you is that masturbation doesn't block anything. You don't get spiritual entities that you don't understand with masturbation. If that was the case, even me, I think it is something that I wouldn't do. If it was affecting, it was getting entities that you don't understand. And whether when you're doing it, it affects, it takes you to lower energy things. I don't know about that one. Maybe some people remember that as spiritual people, we are different, right? What one does doesn't mean the others will get the same thing. Meaning that one person might get strange things by masturbating. Others, they're just living normal, right? The only thing is that just be careful that you don't end up being addicted to pleasing yourself, especially when you have a partner. And the other question to answer, how long does it take after you've done that? Like I said, I haven't seen anything wrong with masturbating and paddling at the same time. Oh, not at the same time. Oh, that would be wrong. Yo, that would be very wrong. Yo, that would be wrong. Sure, that is just wrong. I mean, I don't see anything wrong. That is me being a healer. I do not see anything wrong with doing the things that makes you happy, and then after that, you remember you need to partner for something, for a job or something. So you need to go and talk to your ancestors. That's not going to affect you. Or even helping someone. As long as you don't tell them you were doing that. I mean, it's just not normal, isn't it? And remember that it is a normal thing. Ancestors said it has been done. People have been doing this for years, for generation, even generation backwards, when people were people, and before they were thinking about other things. Remember, guys, this is a normal thing. Masturbation is normal. It's just that it's a name, isn't it? A name makes people think too many things. These names, they confuse us. What's the other question? The other question was that, okay, is it allowed? My people said, they asked me if it is allowed. Are you okay with it yourself? And from my experience, I don't see anything wrong with it. I only see anything wrong with addiction. Okay, what else? What was asked again? Okay, so yes, it is a personal thing. It is a personal thing, and we should not be stressed about doing the personal things, guys. This is personal. It has nothing to do with. There is literally, okay, I was almost saying, people will tell you to stop doing things and they will do them. And you'll be there with your hands like this. You don't know whether to take your hand down to touch yourself or not. And people are out there screaming out loud, coming. You're there thinking you're supposed to partner and not make yourself happy. Anyway, I should not be saying that. Remember, I'm not advising you. My people have said that is a personal thing, right? It's a personal thing. My water spirits that I think they will know more about these things because they deal with human beings and the psyche, right? Mandao. They said human beings will always be human beings, meaning that we will always be human beings. We'll always be trying all these toys. We'll always be like, if there's a new toy coming in, we'll try it. I'm talking about the men and women who do those kind of things, who love to please themselves. And when I'm saying toys, I'm not talking about human beings. I'm talking about toys, machines, because like I said, this is a personal thing. It's nothing to do with, someone said it's medically allowed. So we should be fine, as long as we can get medical certificates. But do not do these things and say, because Mkhulu said I should be going out there, and some of you might even be looking at me and thinking you're gonna be going out there thinking about things, doing it yourselves. Anyway, so that is just that one. And yeah, is it the same as having sex with someone? I guess the result might be is different for each person. Is masturbation having the same as having sex with someone? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Even if you reach the same destination, you get to the destination the same. It's just that the way you get to your destination is different, isn't it? It's different, guys. When you have someone, it's different from when you don't have someone. Because when you have someone, driving with someone to your destination, you'll be talking on the road, isn't it? Or even if you're not talking, but at least you know that if in case you're not driving your car properly, they might help you, like in case you get something happens, you can't turn the steering wheel, they will turn it for you. So you'll get to the destination, but you have someone. It's totally different. This we're talking about doing it yourself or doing it with the help of someone. It's totally different. You can't compare these two. Okay, so and there's nothing reckless about it. There's nothing reckless about self-care. It is like footing. When you're footing, you want to cleanse yourself. How can it be reckless? You're footing because you want to cleanse yourself. Even that one, because you want to be happy at the end, isn't it? Anyway, so yes, that is just that. But some people, they do it wrongly. That is all I can share with you today. So that is just that. We were just saying that people should not be like going crazy about things that are normal. They're natural. It's natural. Even our ancestors, they've done these things. Your own ancestors, the ones who've gone before us, they're saying these things has been happening even before they started using electricity. These things were happening. Don't ever think that you come with these things because you bring your name is an English name, you call it masturbation, you think your ancestors don't know what you're doing out there. They know what you're doing. Anyway, that is just that. And khanyang, 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 and happy endings. Khanyang, khanyang, khanyang. How do I stop that?